I need your help. If you are a frequent viewer of this channel, if you have a buy box, if you have access to your local market, I'm going to ask for your help. The reason being is I love data, I love information. And I don't know if you saw it, but yesterday I had a conversation with a former economist, someone who has been a real estate agent since 2003 in the Phoenix market. He is someone I have followed on Twitter. His name is John Wake, W-A-K-E, Wake. The reason this is important is John got me thinking about the Phoenix housing market. And most importantly, the Phoenix housing market is behaving differently than other markets that I know. And as I have always said, I know my one area, Fresno, California. I know the Bay Area a little. And then I have looked at national housing for over 30 years. I don't know Texas. I don't know Austin. I don't know Phoenix. But what I do know is the consumer, and I do understand the broad picture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask for your help. And this is really going to help me understand, are markets like I expect, kind of Vegas, or am I just blind and more markets are like Phoenix? Let me explain with a picture. So if you've been following me for any length of time, you know that the housing market is always reported median, right? There's a median home price, whatever that is. And it has been my belief, again, this is why Vegas and Phoenix is such an interesting combination. It has been my belief that the Fed broke housing. We are going to see first-time home buyers retreat. We lost 18 million estimated that were qualified at 3, that aren't qualified at 6, first-time homeowners. We've also lost move-up buyers, which would normally sell the first-time home and move up. So that structural change, because the Fed broke housing, and actually let me draw some numbers. So let's call this a 50K house, and let's call this a 900K house, just so we have scale. Again, you're going to know your buy box, and hopefully you can help me. So again, what I have been thinking is we lost a lot of the low end. Sure, we lost some of the high end, but not nearly as much, right? This has been my belief. And anytime you lose the predominant of the low end, the median, which is just the middle, has to move higher. Now, as I have always said, median house price should mean nothing to you. You have your buy box. Look at your buy box. Look at your area. But the median home price does mean something to maybe 1,000 economists. And this is something I have been following for 30 years. I have looked at the median home price every month for almost 30 years. So it does mean something to me. And again, my belief is the Fed, for the first time ever, broke housing. They kept rates too low for too long, and the housing market is going to behave like it never has before. This will be statistically relevant. There will be economic papers written about this. So this has been my belief. So now let's talk about Vegas and Phoenix, right? We have talked to Brian Lebo, who has been collecting Las Vegas data for more than 10 years. And yesterday, I talked to John Wake, who has been doing the same thing since 2003, so about 18 years. And I could tell you that conversation with John Wake about Phoenix was eye-opening, because Phoenix is behaving different than I expected. So again, let's go here, right? So let's draw this back out. Normal market. Let's talk about Vegas. Vegas median, if I remember, is 465. I could be wrong, but stick with me. I think it's 465. So again, Brian Lebo has been putting out tremendous data by bands, tracking inventory, absorption, all of these things. Brian and I had a conversation, and what did he tell me? And we told you. He said, Michael, the low end there's no inventory, right? We used to have hundreds of listings below 300 grand. We got nothing. We got like 12. So again, the low end is vanishing in Vegas, right? The low end is vanishing in Vegas. Brian told us this. Brian shared the data. Go to Brian Lebo or the Lebo group on YouTube. He shares the data every month. So that's what he told us. The low end is missing. And oh, by the way, he said the high end inventory is jumping. So again, remember the median, it's just the middle. What Brian told us is he is seeing more and more inventory blow up every week. So my belief, first off, Vegas is behaving very similar to the market I look at every day. So my bias is like, okay, data point, got it, we're good. The low end in Vegas may be pulled higher because of this structural change. We lost the low end, more on the high end. Again, all transactions are going to crash. Vegas transactions are down almost 30% already. The median price doesn't care about number of transactions. You could have 500,000 transactions or 5. The median will still be there, okay? So again, Vegas is kind of behaving as I expected. Now let's talk about Phoenix. Right? In Phoenix, according to John Wake, this was single family homes. I believe, and you can go watch the video from yesterday, I believe he said the median was 504. But this is where Phoenix is different. And I asked him repeatedly because it was so different than everything I've heard across the country. What John Wake is telling us about Phoenix is the inventory that is piling up is all here. It's all below the median. So first off, we need to validate that information. I trust him. He has the data. He's been reporting it since 2003. But now you have to ask why. Again, we tried to brainstorm it, or I tried to react in real time because the data was so different. We have Open Door. Open Door, soon to be called Closed Door. Just a joke. Anyways, they have a lot of inventory here. And believe me, they will start taking discounts. And anytime your majority of inventory is here, you are going to see the median fall this way. So now, how can you help me? I would love for you, if you can, if you have access to the data, to do the following for me. First, mark your median. Whatever the median is for you in your market. That is important. And then what I would love you to do is take a snapshot of inventory. Hey, Michael, we have, 2,113 listings here, and we have, probably less up here, probably like, 1,485 here. Whatever they are, just take a snapshot as of July 15th. And then come back maybe August 1st, August 15th. I want to see where inventory is building in your markets. And I am most interested not in these numbers. Those numbers mean nothing to me. What I want to know from more and more markets is rate of change. Right. Is the rate of change below your area median faster, meaning Vegas, right? More inventory? Or is it Phoenix, where rate of change below the median? I believe this single bit of information will help you understand your market. If in your market, the fastest or largest rate, the numbers, again, mean nothing. I want to know rate of change. Is the rate of change in your market higher or lower below your area median? I would love to hear that information. Please, if you can, take a snapshot today, July 15th, take another snapshot on August 1st, and then finally on August 15th. And this is going to help us, or at least help me, thank you, granted, this is very much helping me understand the country. My current belief, after looking at about a dozen markets with most of you, is the majority of markets are like Vegas, where the rate of change is above the median, right? The rate of change above the median is 87%. The rate of change below the median is 38. All inventory is going up. All inventory. Doesn't matter. What we need to understand is the rate of change below or above the median price for your state, your city, your buy box. This is exciting stuff for me. I'm sorry I geek out on this information. I believe there's an economic paper in all of this data because, again, I don't think anybody is talking about how the Fed broke housing, how that 2 years of low rates has structurally changed the housing market. We are going to make different life decisions for the next 2 to 6 years because of what the Fed did, and it will impact the housing market like never before. So again, if you can help me understand this, I would greatly appreciate it. To understand your market, if it's like Vegas, your highest rate of change will be above your median, and if it's like Phoenix, it will be the highest rate of change below the median. So as the situation sits here, I think Phoenix, Arizona will lose more money than Vegas. And that's not a popular belief. I think most people like me believe Vegas is the canary in the coal mine. But the structural differences between the two point that Phoenix, when the dust settles in 6, 9, or 12 months, Phoenix will lose more value peak to trough. That's why rate of change is important. What is going to happen structurally to the median price? I don't know. This is exciting stuff for me. I kind of get geeky about it, but let me know. I would love to hear from you. Thank you very much. We'll do the daily financial news in a few minutes. Bye.